Welcome to this episode of Say It with Scott, where we look at how the words we use affect the lives we live. I'm Scott Sery. I'm a copywriter, and I'm a lover of how we can take a word here and there in a sentence, tweak them just a little bit, and dramatically change the message that we're sending. This episode is brought to you by Strategic Advisor Board and by my company, Sery Content Development. If you're a fan of The Office, you probably remember an episode where Kevin decides that he doesn't want to say a lot of words anymore. I don't know if it's like just a laziness thing or if he's just being weird like he always is, but he says something along the lines of like, why use lot word when few word work? He gets the entire point across, and actually there's a lot of languages out there that they just don't have words for things like the and an and because you can actually communicate effectively without even using those words. So when you're looking at how you're communicating with your target market and your prospects, look at the words that you're using. Most of the time, we love to talk about what we do. We go on and we ramble and we talk about all the benefits and the features and how we got started and how we're ending and what we're doing now. And it just kind of gets lost in the air, and your prospects and your clients don't really care. And when you're writing it down, you can see how long-winded you get. It's a little bit easier to see it in paper or on a screen than it does to just listen to it. And then you look at that and you start reading it, and you realize about a third of the way through, you lose your own interest. And the part of it is because you're trying to use these big jargon-filled words to describe what you do, when really all the prospect cares is, does it work and how's it going to enhance my life? So when you look at all these, you look at all these big long words and this abundance of words, and you want to take that and you want to chop it to about a third. Any good content, any good copy should be about a third of what you feel it should be. And then you want to go back through and you want to take all those big long multi-syllable words and see how short you can get them. It's an interesting phenomenon, especially when we're reading. We don't like to read big words. And a lot of times actually what we'll do is we'll sound out and we'll say every little word. We hit that big word and we just glaze right past it. We recognize it, we interpret it, we understand it, but we don't actually read it. So when you want a much more powerful message going out, you have to take those big words and turn them into short words. For some reason, short words make a bigger impact than big words. Little word do work well when, however Kevin says it, few word work well. Why use lot word when few work well? Take your content, shorten it up, make the word shorter, and you're much more impactful, and your prospects, your readers, will be much more likely to respond to your call to action. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Say It with Scott. I hope you found something inspirational and educational that you can take back to your own business. As always, if it didn't make sense or if you find yourself being a bit too loquacious, click the links in the description below, reach out, I'd be happy to help. As usual, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you get notifications every time Strategic Advisor Board posts great new content.